Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Magic video. I know it's been a while because I haven't really been interested in any of the standard or the limited offerings. And in light of my last video talking about going over story time for standard, I decided to try my hand at standard, and I was in for a Rude Awakening. I tried actually several other attempts at breaking into standard. Let's see here. What do we do here? So my first attempt was a black-white all discard and sack effects deck. I don't even know if I played this deck. I think I may have played it like once or twice, and I was like, oh lord, no, this is not happening. So then I tried a red-white deck, and I had some success with this, but in this deck, basically I just wanted to play Thalia. Anytime Thalia is in the format, I want to try and play her because I can look at her, she's the best. But this deck taught me that mono red in standard as of June 4th at 11:04 p.m. in the silver bracket of standard is a menace. Just the stupid slick shot bird guy super prowess, Monastery Swift Spear, Kumano Faces Kakazan, the +4/+3, the +X/+O draw a card, and the Monstrous Rage plus Lightning Strike and Play with Fire, because standard is forever now, I guess. I don't know. Standard's just extended at this point. So points if you remember extended. I sure do. So yeah, this didn't go very well. I really tried to make this work, but it just didn't. It's just not enough. Like, Thalia is not enough. Turn 2 is too slow. So then I started to get frustrated, and I built this one, where this is a deck that is mainboarding minor missteps because that's how desperate I was for answers in this format, and just getting absolutely crushed by mono red in the ladder, and really just anything where you're on the play, you just lose, or when you're on the draw, you just lose, because their turn 1 plays, you're just sitting there with a full grip of cards and no land in play, and you just lose. This deck did not do very well. This deck would cast Faithful Mending 8 times and then just not do anything and lose and die, and it made me sad. So then I was like, I don't know, I gotta do something, I gotta come back. So I started trying to brew. I was like, well, what's the one color I haven't tried yet? Green. So I was looking at green and what green had to offer. And I figured, let's start with Death Touchers, because these idiots are going to trade with everything. They're going to trade with the Monastery Swift Spear, regardless of how much power it has, or toughness it has. They block Kumano Faces Kakazan when it flips. They block the disguise face down 2/1 discard your hand, draw 3 cards guy. They don't block the slick shot guy, which Q additions number 1 and number 2. Pick Your Poison is an amazing card. This stupid dumb card is so brutally efficient, and hopefully we can showcase that in a little bit. Also, Gaia's Gift, and Tamio's Safekeeping. So Safekeeping, again, we just want to protect our stupid little Death Touchers and gain some life. We're using and again, the list is very much in progress still, but we've got just a couple punches, or bites rather. It plays Venerated Rot Priests, just as this guy's kind of a rattlesnake. Like, they want to kill it when it shows up, and if it gets to stick around and connect a few times, then I can actually start threatening to use it myself to push poison. Playing Archdruid's Charm, again, this is one I'm on the fence about. The triple greens is actually kind of an issue with the 4 colorless lands. And we're not playing that many lands. Like, that's 21 lands, because decks like this are extremely low to the ground. Tough Cookie, amazing. This thing's been great. Just being able to turn the food into a 4/4 and providing that extra life gain against those red decks. Blanchwood Armor, because we are playing 17 Forests and 7th edition art is amazing. Oh wait, no, that's not the 7th, that's the 8th edition art. So, but this is the old white border art, and I'm gonna play it because it make big dude. And again, the Contaminators just kind of gotta have a top end somewhere. So yeah, that's what we're doing. I've had a fair amount of success with this build. Again, there's lots of mono red. So I got myself back into silver, which is where I was when I started this endeavor. So we'll see if that's still swarming with mono red or if there's other stuff. I did actually experience some weird, like, I don't love this hand, but we're on the play and I'm not gonna mulligan. Oh yeah, the other fun thing about Leaping Ambush is that it fizzles cut down because it gets you over the 5 total stats. Oh, okay, not mono red. Hey, a Delver deck, that's fun. And we get to get them real good here if they flip that. But in bronze, at least. Oh, and I did. Sorry, all over the place. In bronze, at least, there were a couple of non-mono red decks that just seemed to be like people trying to build standard things, which is refreshing because, like, that's what you would expect to see in bronze, right? Like, that's the whole point of the ladder system, is that. Okay, no tax. The whole point of the ladder system is that you work your way up, but since they refuse to break up standard or what they get, so this is another deck where I think our pick the poison is gonna be very good. They refuse to break up the different ladders with like different ranks, so you can end up with people who maybe grind up in Timeless, who are like how do you call it, they grind up in Timeless and hit Diamond and then come into Standard. Sure, it's not gonna go well for you, OP. Froosh. Are you playing 1-mana counterspells? Haha, okay. That's fine. We've got more. Boop, boop. Ponk. Dead. Pop, pop. So you would just get, like, really try-hardy standard decks, or, people are just, looking at the, best decks, and Arena makes it relatively easy, especially if you're willing to spend the money to make those sorts of decks. So you end up getting, like, really try-hardy, whatever kind of decks you want to call them. You get those kind of decks run up against you in the lower tiers. So it was refreshing to play some decks that you might find at an actual FNM, like a standard FNM, if that still existed, in Bronze. That tangent aside. Okay, I mean, that's fine. You can play that again. Don't care. Doink. Okay, so they are definitely in danger of being toxicked out at this point. They've got tons of mana, so they can counter all of our spells, but I really... Like, ooh, hello. I was just going to fire off a Gaia's Gift now, but I don't have to anymore. They can't counter anything, so... I do like Tolarian Terror, as much as I actually hate that freaking card, but... Okay, so we are going to go in with everybody. They're incentivized to block the Rot Priest, yep, like that. So we're just going to do this. Give him a poison counter anyway. Pop, pop. Let's go ahead and play that so that we can hold a Gaia's Gift if we want. Notably, we can't resolve anything right now because they are going to have the... yeah, they've got counter magic for days. But they can't really attack with the Terror. And if they go in with the Insectile, I will probably attempt to... Oh, okay. Let's make them use their counter magic. Because now they have to deal with the Rot Priest somehow. And giving it toxic, that's fine. Okay. You can't counter that. And I can give it trample now and pay for it. Ooh, that's pretty gutsy. Are they going to try and get a fairy? What are they looking for? Yep. Okay, cool. Got there. We are being awful in playing best of one because I haven't really given much thought to the sideboard yet. So maybe if this pans out, we do that. I was just thinking that I'm going to have to redo this anyway when Modern Horizons comes out, but hey, that's modern and not standard, so we'll get to keep living with OTJ standard. But yeah, I don't know. It's a green deck like this is definitely not something that I would normally... obviously, it's not my first thing to try, but it has been doing the thing against opponents. Especially like Pick Your Poison is really nice against those turn 1 Kumano Faces Kakazan type starts from the red decks. Again, if they want to try and if they want to cut down us, I'm going to play Tough Cookie anyway. It costs them a life right now to kill it, and we have another one that can keep using the foods, and we do want to apply pressure constantly. That's fine. Because we're not a traditional aggro deck in the sense of like needing to really push the damage. So this might be the Anoint with Affliction. Again, it could be... well, I don't think it's going to be Cut Down. Virtue of Persistence. Sure. Okay. Cool, cool. So let's see. They can play that next turn and kill one of our guys. So I think I am just going to pick my poison here and make them sack an artifact. We'll hit them with the old ankle biter there. And I will lead a second Shigeki. we can get got by the edict effects. So okay, so that steals our leaping ambush. Oh no, they can take anything. Okay, I was thinking that was kite sail freebooter. I think I have encountered a deck very similar to this that was pretty much it was like white black mono life gain. So presumably they were looking to kind of do the same thing and get around the mono red decks that are running rampant. So yeah, presumably that's what's going on there. They play a lot of these discard type effects, and the Restless Fortress kind of gives them a really good long game. Okay. I mean, they get to gain life here, but they're going to have to find more ways to gain life. Okay, that's great. Let's keep attacking. Have a second ambush and the safekeeping to protect the ambush if they try to go in. Resplendent Angel, okay. Boink. Okay. It's nice to fizzle that. Okay. Now we can play the Contaminator. Go to town. So they need to be able to gain 4 life. So they need another land to be able to activate Resplendent. That doesn't do it. They can play Gumdrop Poisoner, which doesn't do anything other than having lifelink. Sure. Attacking here seems like what you should be doing, sure. Pop, pop, pop. So again, they are going to be able to, they can put all their mana into the Angel if they want. So that puts them to 10 and makes them a 4/4. Sure. Or if they go in with the Gumdrop Poisoner as well. Going with both? Nope. Okay. Alright, nothing we can do there, but that makes them a 4/4. Pop. Oh, they have something else. What do they have? Yep. Good draw. Boink. I have a cut down? Oh, okay. I mean, they're not technically forced to block here. Oh, yes, they are. That is exactly lethal. Okay. Sure. They can come in with the fortresses now, but they can't kill... Okay, so now they can kill the tough cookie. Yeah, that is correct. You want to attack with the poisoner if you want your angel, but then you lose it. Reading the angel. We're probably going to lose this game because they're going to get to be able to just bring back everything. But, I mean, gotta do what we gotta do. That's what we wanted. See, so, but they're going to be able to Virtue of Persistence it back forever. Oh, or they just play Shieldred because nothing is sacred. Okay, I'm not going to block the angel because I can't. Go ahead, just do this now. Okay, that's not nothing. So now they can... Shieldred gets them halfway there, and then they can Restless Fortress the rest of it. Yep. Yep. So we're definitely under the gun, but actually, makes that pretty big. It's not blocking anyway. Incentivize trade because they can just get Shieldred back. Wow, okay. Yeah, they can get one of my Death Touchers back, but... Although getting the Tough Cookie back lets them make a food if they're interested in that. Contaminator, sure. Okay. Yep. Yeah, I mean, we can't beat that. Like, they stalled. They did manage to stall us out. So, oh, hey, I don't exactly die. Nice. We didn't exactly die. Just the double resplendence. It's just not anything we could do something about. And this is also where Toxic is just so woefully boring compared to Infect. Like, just... People who cry about Infect are people who don't know how to play removal. Like, you know how you stop a creature? You kill it. Or you block it. Or you counter it. Like, shut up. If you're whining about Infect, shut up. Like, ugh, gosh. And that just gets us into modern Magic design, which this is not the time or place for that. Ooh. Do we keep this? Debating keep. I'm going to keep this. Whatever. It's silver. Nothing matters. We don't lose. Oh, mono white deck. Interesting. Okay. Sure. Go get him, Ankle Biter. What's the... Isn't there there's a snake from Theros? Oh, ossification? Okay. That's a wild thing to have cast right there. Boop. Give my guy back. Now, one thing that absolutely wrecks this sort of deck is, yeah, sure, is that, temporary lockdown is really bad. That is real bad for us. Okay, so we've gotten them out of their card draw engine, so that might be good for us. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, I'll block. We want to get stuff off their board. Okay, good draw. Let's just play Tough Cookie. Okay. So they may be incentivized to try and remove that. Or they could just pass to try and flip. Oh, man, that's a shame. That's really a shame. Okay. Yep. So again, this is another sort of situation where I can only assume they're trying to fight the whole mono red thing that's going on. But we can fight that too. Let's see if they try to go for card draw on. Okay. So unfortunately, that makes another pick your poison much worse because they have a free sack. We can't do anything about the wedding announcement. That was good because now we have a 4/4. And get to start attacking. We do need to keep playing spells. Because this thing has first strike on the back end. Woof, they hit all their wedding announcements. That's pretty insane. Okay. Oops. So now they might trade two 2/2s for it. Yep. The good thing is they're not drawing off the wedding announcements, so. Doof, okay. Sure. I have more of those. Yep. What does that do? Exile target artifact or enchantment. Search your library for a creature card or a land card. Put it onto the battlefield tapped if it's a land, otherwise put it in your hand. Okay. So, we can do... I think we want to do this, and let's get back. There we go. Make another food. Send the ankle biter in. They should just take it, but we can't keep letting them get, like, we're gonna have to chip away at that eventually. It's fine. So now if they have another removal spell for Shigeki, we could be in trouble, because that would let them attack and draw some cards. Oof. Okay. Although I just double block the Cathar, and I get that back. So that's not the end of the world. Okay. Nice. That was a great draw. I get the double block. That's fine. Pop. Pop. Play a spell. Playing the spell is the biggest thing. We have to keep the Brutal Cathar from flipping. Okay. So we've run them through 3 ossifications. Oof. This makes tokens whenever you play a land or cast a spell that shares a card type. So what did they exile? Okay. So they make dudes. Okay, no blocks. Easy. Nice. So here we just play the Fang of Shigeki and pass. Attacks. This thing has flying on the back end. Oof, that's really bad for us. Yeah. Yep. 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 You want to run anything into that? Just the 4/4 and one of the Lunarch veterans. Okay. So let's make this a guy. And let's block there. There. Actually, let's block like that. Okay, another good draw. So we can play the Fang. Attacks. Then we can block with a cookie and gain some life off of it. Yep. The problem is they're able to make so many expendable 4/4s that I can't like run them out of cards because of the Cemetery Protector at this point. Yeah, we really just needed we needed some way to be able to force them. I think the Cemetery, obviously the Cemetery Protector is what changed that around for them. But what can you do? So okay, so let's think. We've now lost to 2 life gainy white grind out decks. So we can be thinking. Let me get my little handy Pokemon notepad out. Wowzers. Okay, so now they just get to go wide. Yeah, they got it. So we've lost to 2 go wide white life game white decks. Wins, losses. So that was black, white, life gain, mid range. I would call that mid range. And that was mono white. Mono white. I wouldn't really call that life gain. I would just call that like go wide maybe. Go wide. And again, that was tokens. Even though they weren't, and usually I've always seen like Wedding Announcement as a card draw engine. So seeing it there where they're happy to get the tokens was pretty bad for us. So in those cases where we can't trade our guys 1-for-1 like that, that really puts us in a poor spot. This is one of those hands where Demolition Field's really awkward because we can't double spell turn 2. But I feel like you gotta have some of these in your main board for this type of environment where the with the triomes and everything, or the what do you call them, the New Capenna ones, whatever. They're triomes. All right, here we go. Here's the mono red deck. All right. So let's see. That was a great draw. I'm just gonna do this. We'll go around them because we can always block the Phoenix Chick later. I don't want to see too many more flyers. Oh, that's fine. So now we're going to do this. Pop. Pop, pop, pop. I have not seen the fire or the flame breather in the mono red decks before, so that was something interesting. Maybe a slightly more controlling one. Okay. I can't imagine they're trying to flip that. Yeah, I didn't think so. They are in super danger, though, of getting toxic out at this point. They can't target any of my creatures. Or was that really only costs 3? Look at that. Yeah, Kakazan doesn't do it. It already can't block, so they can hit me for 5 and then lose. So win, mono red. There we go. Easy peasy. That was actually kind of interesting because it was not the normal way we beat mono red, but we'll take it. Yeah, I have not seen mono red play Invasion of Regatha or the Flame Breather. It's the 3 prowess creatures, sometimes the Phoenix Chicks, and then all the non-creature spells that trigger them. We have been getting very lucky by going first a whole bunch. I'm going to keep this per usual. Like we actually have some protection for our dudes. I tend to lead with the Ankle Biter over the Fang because the Fang is an enchantment, and I don't want to open us up to that. Sure. All right, so another mono red. All right, I don't know where to put that yet, though. We do get to attack here because we can hold Leaping Ambush if they try to prowess past us. Yep, that's exactly what's going to happen here. And every time we get to block one of these show-offs, our win percentage goes up. Pop. We do need to hit that second land pretty soon because we need to be able to Gaia's Gift instead of Leaping Ambush after this turn. This is a Lightning Strike, probably. No, I'm going to play something first. There's the Swift Spear. Aha, okay. I am going to try and eat the Codebreaker here. Pop, pop. Okay. Well, then we just get to sit. We don't attack here because we can't hold anything up. So if they have 1 removal spell, we still get to eat 1 Swift Spear. They need 2 Play with Fires to connect, although that would be for a lot of damage. Monstrous Rage is also a lot of damage here. Okay. Okay. So again, they can try and burn one of them out. Yeah, that's fine. If they're just going to push damage, that's great. They lose both their dudes. And I get to play another one. Tough Cookie is going to be really key here because we're going to need that life. That is the Code Breaker. That's really unfortunate that we don't get to do that because now they get a full hand. But there's nothing we can do about that. That is why they're playing the Code Breakers too. Although, what is the flip up for it? It is... There he is. For each instant or sorcery card in your graveyard, it's reduced. So, 1. Okay, so it's still quite expensive right now. They won't risk it into the attack, which is what we want. Okay, they're just going to play a second one. Okay. Ooh. Alrighty. Boink. Pop. Yep, we knew that's what that was going to be. Now we're just going to play more of these and start attacking. Can't play too scared. I do have to try and pressure them somewhere. They can't flip that just yet. Okay. And they're really pushing damage. That's an insane attack. It does not have trample. Okay. Mono red. Mono. And honestly, if they had sat back, they may have been able to get, because look, they were at 5, they were at 4. With the antagonizes, that would have reduced its cost by 3. So it goes from 6 to 3. Yeah, like they should have fired off the antagonizes end step so that they can flip that guy next turn and try to draw cards. Honestly, like that's, but they didn't want to keep playing, so we'll keep going. Maybe 2 more here. I'm looking on the length of the video. Try to keep it under an hour if we can. Hopefully this should be coming out on Thursday. Yeah, because we have stream VOD tomorrow. Well, tomorrow or in 15 minutes. It'll come out today. Mirix, huh? Alright, so we're on the draw, so that's already win percentage down. Hey, that was a great draw. Thank you. Because that lets us turn 3 Archdruid's Charm if we need to. Since we only have 1 creature, so we really don't want the... Hey, that was great. Play that. And counter it if they want. They did not counter it. Cool. We just start hitting them. Notably, this isn't hexproof, so we do lose stuff to Ossification. And Ossification does not... Great draw. Ossification does not trigger the Rot Priest. So... Alright, so this is blue-white. I played one other blue-white deck when I was still in bronze, and it did not seem very good. But what do I know? So that's insanity. What are you doing? Actually, thank you for stone raining yourself. Actually, I am going to go ahead and do this just so we kill it. Those are our least... Nice. So that was blue-white question marks. I wrote a 3. Good. Glad to know that the written form of communication is slowly dying even in my generation. So I have blue-white 3 question mark question mark. All right. Let's do one more. Let's see if we can get up a tier in silver. Woo! So, ideally I'd take this to best of 3 because I'll always maintain that best of 3 is best of magic, but I don't like to move to best of 3 until I have a general sense of what's out there, and other than mono red, which I'm already pretty happy with our matchup against, and I also don't know is going to be as prevalent in best of 3 because the mono red decks tend to be more prevalent when people are playing best of 1, because best of 1 promotes linear strategies way more than best of 3, because in best of 3 you get to react to what your opponent is doing. Okay. I mean, they kept an all-in creature and we kept an all-in creature. Yeah, that's not gonna fly. Stop it. That may have been something we wanted to leaping ambush instead, actually. Because we would have been able to outpace. This is why. Oh, wait, no. I thought they had an ossification, but they didn't. Great. Go get him, Tiger. Pop. I mean, they might as well stay in it because I'm not applying that much pressure. And they will eventually find a land. That's so sad. That's so sad. Have a poison counter. Boink. Ayo. All right. Now we're cooking. Get 'em, ankle biteies. OP over there just like super unlucky. Okay, I mean, you doing it. We'll take that. That lets us start making Mirrex tokens. Okay. This also opens them up to getting leaping ambushed. Hey, they hit their other land. Look at that. Ossification incoming. Ooh, an Inquisitor. Okay. So we get to eat that with Pick Your Poison. So now we just get to make a Might instead. It's good for us. They can just flip it. Okay, so we're going to do this. You can sacrifice an artifact. It is still an artifact once it flips, so that does not do you any good. And that will just remove a blocker. Yep. Okay. Go get him, Tigers. All right, we got ourselves a game. I'm going to hold the guy's gift. We know they're on all spells. So here's the ossification. Yep. What you going after, bud? I'm going to say no to that. Nice. Here we don't want to play before man, see if they block anything. Pop, 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 pop. Let's go Cookie. Now we're trying to flood. Or flood them out so that even if they get removal, it's not enough. Yeah, that's not going to be enough right now. We're going to get to go over that. We'll play that. Go get him, Tigers. Do they have to block the 4/4? No. Okay. Okay. Did a pretty good job going wide there. Sanctuary lockdown would be really unfortunate. Annex Sentry, also pretty bad. We do get to attack through that, though. So, yeah. There you go. So that was like mono white artifacts? Artifacts? Question mark? Incubate? See, and that's a game I wish we could have at least one more game of, because you get to see something that's not, like, clearly incubate is not top tier standard, but it's fun to see like what other people are doing, right? Like it's not just a queue full of a million people playing Slick Shot show off because they read an article and looked at the most winning decks or whatever. So I don't know. There you go. I hope you enjoyed some standard gameplay for as little as that exists. What is this? What are we doing? Celebrate the 30th anniversary of Legends with the original EDLs in this Brawl Festival. Legendary Dragon or Dragon Aligned Planeswalker. Is there any... So the problem here is these let people play 5-color, which is just... They're going to play 5-color, and that's... I feel like I would want to build, what's his nuts? Atsushi? Not in here? Cool. Oh, there he is. Atsushi, and just do, like, mono red Stone Rain. Because that's where I'm at as a player. Because people are just gonna play all the colors because there's no way to punish them. Anyway, before I get on to another rant, we'll end the video there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time. Bye-bye.